who shot John Lennon say it was because of this book?
Yes, apparently John Lennon's killer said he was inspired by Catcher in the Rye, but he was just a kook.
Kill John Lennon! Kill John Lennon! Kill John Lennon! Kill John Lennon! Hey, Dad, where does John Lennon live?
John Lennon's dead, Biters.
Ah, dang it.
Hello, my name Jacob, and today we're going to talk about the literary classic Catcher in the Rye, written by J.D. Salinger. If you have not heard of Catcher in the Rye is a pretty popular book, real famous. Every high schooler in the world has probably read Catcher in the Rye at least one time or another, or not, who knows. So basically, it's a popular book series. Well, not a series, of course, because it's just a book. But, you know, that's how it is. That's how it goes in this world. To start off, let's talk about how this book was made. It was made when J.D. Salinger felt like writing, and he wrote over 30 chapters of complete and utter crap. Okay, so I'm going to hit it down for you. The lowdown. I don't like this fucking book. 2 stars. That's all I'm going to say. If you were interested in the rating and you just wanted to hear people rate things, yeah, it's over. You can click the fucking video off right now.
Motherfucker! The whole thing. I read the whole fucking thing. I kept thinking, alright, I guess the cool offensive stuff must be coming. And then after like 100 pages, I was like, alright, I guess all the dirty stuff is at the end. And then I got to the last page, and I was all, the fuck is this? I just read a book for nothing!
If you actually want to know why I don't like this book, alright, I'm going to tell you right now. So, the book starts off, we already don't have a likable protagonist. We're listening to this guy bitch about, I don't know. Some people, or at least me, at least I thought this, think that our boy, Holden Caulfield, or Holden whatever the fuck, is in a school for mental patients. Maybe that was just my idea of what might have been happening in the book, because I sort of blanked out a lot of times. But it really does feel that way. It really does feel that everybody in this place is fucking insane, and Holden is just pouting away. And also, we get a lot of J.D. Salinger in this role as well. This really felt a little bit autobiographical, or maybe not, who knows. But, you know, J.D. Salinger in real life does seem like doesn't seem like somebody you'd want to talk to in a lot of ways. Like, very whiny, boring, he's just really annoying, to be honest. I think this strikes true when we're getting introduced to Caulfield. It's almost like if this was a movie, you could just see like Caulfield, like he's sitting down, like, I hate movies. Like that's really how it feels like. It's like the worst fourth wall break I ever seen. Here's the thing about J.D. Salinger. J.D. Salinger got one of his books adapted into a movie. It sucked, according to him. I don't know what other people thought about it at the time, but it sucked, and he did not like it. So, you know, he takes certain aspects, like he takes an entire fucking chapter to talk shit about a movie he saw. I don't know if it's like a movie that was adapted, that was originally his, or just like a movie. It's just really boring and really annoying that we have to listen to this kid talk about a fucking movie that he didn't like seeing, even though he went to go see the movie. It comes off very incel-ish at certain points. And speaking of sex, there's a lot of stuff that when you learn about the person J.D. Salinger was and who he is as a person, that really a lot of this book becomes very uncomfortable, at least to me, at least to me. Maybe not to you. Maybe you're totally fine with what JD's trying to lay out there. Personally, I find him kind of fucking sick. But that's just me. That's just me. Okay, so basically, he goes to his English teacher who has cancer right now, or some shit, and the guy's going, you know, you're such a good kid. You gotta straighten up, mister. And it's really boring, and that scene could have just been taken out, really. It didn't need to be in there. So much detail is put into, like, everything that's going around that at times it really, like, it's annoying to a certain extent watching this guy just talk ad nauseum about shit. And you know, that's usually how it goes in books, but with somebody like a Holden Caulfield, you just really want this guy to shut the fuck up, to be honest. Like, this book would be at least a little bit palpable if the, like, narration was done in third person perspective, but you know, that's just me bitching, to be honest. And before anybody gets on my case, I know what you're going to say. Ah, you didn't get it. You didn't get it, man. Okay, tell me what I didn't get about the book. Because what I got from it was this annoying ass kid named Holden Caulfield is just talking shit the entire movie. And, you know, he's a fucking loser. The guy's a fucking loser. He's like, he doesn't know shit, alright? And, like, you know, I'm not trying to say I'm better than him. I might not be. But I'm not going around like I'm fucking a genius. I got out of that phase during middle school, okay? Let me just put it like this. People who say that, they never give a fucking explanation on why I'm not getting the book. Alright? I think they expect me to read that shit again. I think I'm not reading that book again. Fuck you. I'm not reading fucking that shit over again. It sucks. Alright? And another thing about sucking and fucking, alright? You know, J.D. Salinger, I don't know, you can look this up. I saw some recollections. It was in like a fucking Looper or Nikki Swift or whatever the fuck those channels are called anymore. It was in one of those videos, and it turns out J.D. Salinger was a pedophile. Now, some of you who may have seen this, you're saying, oh, he's just a hebephile. It doesn't fucking matter to me, alright? He's a pedophile, and I'm not going to say that his book should be banned now because of this information. I don't think that. I really don't. You know, I don't think even, like, shit like Lolicon should be banned, but I do think he should be able to publicly humiliate anybody who likes Lolicon, basically. Here's what I'm thinking, alright? This guy has, at times, hanged out with underage women. He was basically waiting for certain underage women to come of age so he can fuck them. And, you know, it's almost, that's why I almost feel like it's autobiographical. Because there are times where it kind of feels like Holden might be a pedophile. And if this is what they were going for, then now I totally get the book. It's the best fucking book I've ever read. But I don't think that's where it was going, to be honest. It's shit. I don't like it. I don't like the fucking book, to be honest. But that's just me, isn't it? That's just me. It's my opinion. So, you know. Now let's continue on. Where the fuck was I? Yeah, he goes out into the world and he gets literally nothing done. This is like if Don Quixote was a angsty-ass teenager. Like, he does fucking nothing the entire time. And it's just like really boring. It's a really boring book. It's like a story that never really needs to be told. Let's start off. This guy goes to the bar and talks to winos. Here's how it goes, because so many times this guy, he's so selfish in a lot of ways. We also hear about his brother. He used to be a writer in books, and now he's like, he makes movies, and he's like so selfish, like, why couldn't you make books all your life? Why couldn't you struggle with an art form that slowly isn't making you any money, and, you know, you're not making it anywhere? And now you have this other art form that you can still do and make a lot more money. I mean, why can't you just, like, you know, be poor and make books all your life? Like, that's literally how he feels about his brother. And by the way, his brother is at the end of the book, you know, like, you know you're fucking retarded, right? He's basically saying, you're fucking retarded, kid. Like, he's like, why are you even writing this shit down? And, like, Holden's like, I don't know. I don't know. And that's literally how it goes. Let's continue. like I said, Holden Caulfield, shit at like any sort of relationship with the opposite sex. You'd almost get some Elliot Rodger vibes off this kid. Like if he had a YouTube channel, he'd be up in like La Vista talking about how he can't get fucking laid or some shit. You know, it really feels like that. Like for starters, he hires a prostitute. This guy in the elevator, he's like an undercover pimp, and he's like, "Hey, yo, listen, you want to get laid tonight, kid?" And he's like, "Shit, fine, I'll get laid." He gets the prostitute, and he literally just starts fucking talking about how like nobody loves him. It's also sort of hilarious. This is like the definition of first world problems, to be honest. Like, this kid is going up to this prostitute. She's on drugs half the time. She fucks men who are probably assholes to her. She doesn't have a good relationship with her family. And here's this fucking kid talking about how nobody thought he was cool in high school. Like, that's literally how it goes. And he doesn't, like, try to do anything with her. Like, this kid pays this prostitute to, like, you know, and he doesn't do anything. It's almost like really dumb in a lot of ways. Personally, I think I understand where Mark Chapman was coming from. If I read that book at that time and there was internet where I could make like shitty reviews. Hello? Yeah, listen, I'm doing a book review. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Alright, I'm doing a book review. My name's Tinder Sparkle Tits, alright? You can look it up on YouTube. I'm Tinder Sparkle Tits, alright? But shut the fuck... Yo! I don't give a fuck, alright? Yo, I'm doing a book review. Fuck! Sorry, that was my mom. Fuck! Okay, this is the part where you have to edit this shit out.